Highbridge who clearly hope to raise funds from the Coastal Revival Plan. Good luck to them. We appreciate your support for music events, for the community. We try to make sure that we praise you at every turn and tell people that you are supporting us in many things, including the Christmas lights. And we thank you for that. But it is clearly the attitude in Highbridge that they are the poor relation. We've heard all this stuff before. It goes on, but it's real. And it's really real in the pubs and so on. People feel that. We appreciate your spending the Tesco's money in Burnham with a very active town centre manager, whom I applaud. And as part of that, you gave, I think, a £15,000 grant to encourage bus companies to make Burnham a destination. It's all great, but nothing for Highbridge. So far, really little, until some crumbs come from the Coastal Revival Plan or something from the Blue Development, as I said. There's also this large funding, which I hope we'll get, but you cannot be seen to develop Burnham, in my opinion, whosever monies you've got, without making some parallel progress in Highbridge. After all, you are the Burnham and Highbridge Town Council. You can't just sit in a family and spend it all on one side and not have some little crumbs going that are visible to the community. Otherwise, you get unrest and upsetness. I think it behoves you to make a parallel gesture, however small, so that Irish traders and residents see that progress is being made, and we can say, look, this is what's happening. They do care. They do want to do something for you. For example, physical changes. The traders would like to make a visual change through shop signage. Both of the normal flat front signs and hanging signs we see in shopping malls, with some already in Burnham. Recently, Kiffin's, the health food shop, saw a significant increase in shoppers by putting a sign up with a tile sign at 90 degrees to the sign itself. So as you drove along, you could see the signs. It's pretty. I think Truckles has one. There's several in Burnham. I mean, if you go up to a place like shopping malls, you'll see them all in a line all down, so people can actually see what's happening ahead of them and not just stop. I've come here tonight to ask for your consideration or your recommendation or your thoughts about a seed funding grant, however small, to enable us to set up a revival team similar to Burnham. We must not forget Highbridge is a coastal and rural community. We must not forget the endless visions put forward for Highbridge. The development of the Clyde at one time in a busy harbour full of trading ships, a tremendous place. The photographs show us now a silted up area which badly needs massive improvement. We've been promised promenades, cafes, bistros, but so far nothing for that area, not even a mention in this town council. We still see some of the old painted advertising on buildings from the 50s. If you drive through Church Street, you'll still be able to read them in the faded glory that they are. But you have had money to paint up all the buildings on the seafront in Burnham. When we had the Regeneration Partnership Committee, we did create the gardens at Alpha House. I hear there's a plan to revisit that area. I congratulate them. But all this depends on external funding when that becomes available. And while you continue to spend monies on the revival of Burnham, virtually nothing is being spent on Highbridge. Recently, we actually asked for the rubbish skip in the Bank Street car park to be painted because it's such a state. And perhaps flowers or pandas or some crazy thing painted on it would be lovely. They told us, because we think it looks like a bomb site, who knows, Syria could be. They told us, well, the residents have recycling bins, so we're thinking of just removing it. There's nothing happens for Highbridge. I hope you will consider this parallel consideration for the other town that you represent, the other town called Highbridge. We are prepared to form a team. We would hope you will consider a small seed grant. It costs £1,000 to put one of these signs up. I don't know how much you could give or whether you put a recommendation, but I beg you to give me your advice so that I can help start this process of making people think that they are considered as much as Burnham is considered. It's a real concern. I beg you to give me some guidance.
Thank you very much. I would like to comment on that. The only thing I would comment on, because you've got the best industrial estate, growing industrial estate, you've also got a park, which is one of the best parks in the county. So, there are pros and cons. It's not all negatives. I would like to say that, I think there's more money spent in the industrial estate and just about more money going into it than we've ever had in Burnham. yes, we'll consider your remarks and certainly we'd like to get it on. Okay, there is a letter on item 7, so we'll come to it on that stage. Right, next item.